Boom! Hey internets, I got a good one from Charlotte Drummer, and he actually messaged me or dropped a message on a video I did on the state of retail for 2016, sort of my outlook on how the basis of everything is going to change. So check out that video when you have a second. And his question was, what are my thoughts on planning out 3 years out to begin a brand in the apparel industry, considering how quickly styles change? I'm not planning to do a line for another 3 years so I can build up cash reserves. I'd like to start out by doing beanies and eventually grow it to something that I can live off of. Um, so, Charlotte, good question. Um, it makes me think of a few things that I want to reference. I did a video where I talked about having a business plan like very early in the YouTube channel. So maybe 3 or 4 years ago. And I still believe you should. However, not in the traditional sense. I think, um, especially after reading um, Rework by Jason Fried, and I actually consume all of my books via audio so I can listen to it wherever I'm at while I'm driving, etc. And also I can re-listen to it. It's just easy for me to consume the books in that format. So, anyways, Rework by Jason Fried talks about so many different smarter ways of approaching a new business, especially in this day and age. It's like a must read. I'm going to do a bunch of book reviews. That's going to be one of them. So at some point there will be a card here where I do a book review as it relates to what we're talking about here in fashion. Um, but to preview it, uh, they talk in the book about not being so heavy on having a business plan and obsessing over it, because the map is always different than the actual terrain. So, and you can apply this to almost anything in your life. You can make plans for the weekend, and then the weekend hits, and something happens. A last minute change. Someone can't make a meeting or an appointment. Flat tire happens. A myriad of things can happen where you have to make decisions on the fly and do problem solving at the very moment of it. So to bring it back to what we're talking about here, clothing, as you can tell from having over 200 videos on my channel, speaking on marketing, production, design, just execution of delivering product to your consumer base, there's literally a million things to kind of focus on. And fashion is a very strange and fickle um, business that deals with trending and accessories. It's not an exact need. So within that, and having said that, it's $1 billion industry, of course, but there's a lot of things you can make mistakes on. So trying to kind of create a crystal ball and do a 5-year plan is a good thing to do, but don't obsess over it. So make your plans for sure, but again, just don't over obsess on it, because once you hit the ground running, you're gonna see that it's different. So you can have 5 pages of your business plan that get completely taken out, an investor pulls out, or an investor comes into play, or it's an item that you're selling takes off more than what you thought was the main product, etc. Second thing I want to say is I love that you're starting with accessories. I was just talking the other day about a friend's shop, and the number one thing they sell there is their beanies, because they have a really cool logo, and it's kind of a good shop here in San Diego. It's called Jim Standard, by the way. Shout out to Jim Standard and Edwin, all the good people over there. And I know that everyone has their beanie. Like, their beanie's dope. It's sort of a staple. And so I also did a video on that where I was talking about the success that Huff has had with socks. So check out that video. But overall, I think you can't prepare too much, Charlotte. So this is a great idea. When you do execute, though, remember, read, rework. It's going to really help you in terms of preparing for the launch. and that's more than enough time. It's smart to have a reserve in the beginning and know that that fund is for this project, this clothing line, and dedicated to it, so you can pre-budget. Um, Hope that helps. Anything to add to the conversation? You already know. Please drop it down below. And if you have any other questions, anything this sparked or jumped off, I can make another video on it. Please follow me on social media when you have the chance, at Jon Phenom. All the handles are below in the descriptions. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.